Okay. So again, we've already talked about single payment loans. The fact that there's two different types of years out there, the normal, the ordinary, and the exact. We talked about installment loans, how much a down payment is calculated and what you do to get a loan. And I'll have all these formulas on the test. We talked about what APR is and how you calculate your monthly payment with that chart. There's one in the back of the book also. Bus or running late, sir? And then how much you pay back to the bank and the finance charge, which is kind of important today. Again, they misspelled installment. Who set these things up? Okay, so this is a repayment. Whenever you get a loan, I'm not saying whenever, but normally when you get a loan from a bank, they either offer it to you or they give you one, what is called a repayment schedule, which is, hey, here's what you're gonna pay, here's where your money's going, here's your last payment, and they tell you when your interest is paid, when your principal is paid, and how much of each is paid on each paycheck, and when you're due to be paid off. That's called a repayment schedule. Again, you don't necessarily get it all the time. I've had several loans where they don't give it to me, but they always mention it and they always show that you can find it. The thing is, when I was young and stupid and whatever, you think that, hey, I owe $1,000 back for a loan and I owe $200 interest, so that's $1,200. I'm making 12 easy payments, so I figure, hey, $100 per month. So 80 of that are $120 a month. 100 of it's going to be principal and 20 is going to be interest. That's not the way they do it. They actually, the banks, if they had their way, they would want to get all their interest up front. Because that's where they make their money. That's what their money is. Yeah, they care about the loan they make, but they don't really care so much because they get their money through interest. The loan is paying back the money I borrowed from Mr. Nick, okay, through the bank. So what it is it's kind of a step-by-step situation. You still need your interest formula. In this case, it's going to be, we'll explain it a little bit. So look at the top of the handout I just gave you. This is give you an example of what we're doing, okay? So Melinda and Xavier Garza obtained a loan of $1,800. They borrowed money from the bank, $1,800. Obviously, this is an older worksheet because you can't find a new used pickup truck for that much anymore. The loan has 8% for 6 months at a monthly payment of $307.08. Way too short. At the end of the first month, so they got the loan in January. At the end of January, when they paid their first month, they paid the first month. They still owe $1,504.92. Excuse me, $1,504.92. You gotta keep me straight, okay? So they've already paid January's payment. They're getting ready to do February's payment, and they want to know what interest are they being charged for that month? Where everything's going, the payment's going. So remember, their payment right now, their payment that they pay every month is, that's what they're going to pay every month. That's all they're going to pay to the bank every month. No more. So out of this payment, they're paying on the loan, the principal amount, and they're paying interest. So monthly principal plus monthly interest is going to equal that. So we got to figure out how much goes to principal to pay off the loan and how much goes to the bank for interest. So the way you do it is calculate the interest. What they owe on their loan still at the beginning of February, end of January, beginning of February. The principal that they owe on their loan is this. They've already paid some of it off. This is what they still owe on their loan. Their interest rate is 8%. Now, they are making monthly payments. You're calculating interest. Remember, the formula for interest, time is in years. But you're making monthly payments. How many months are there per year? 12. So you can't use years. You're using months because it's a monthly payment. Monthly payment is 1/12 of a year. Most calculators really suck about doing fractions. So what you can do is you can rewrite this as 1 divided by 12. What's 1 times anything? Whatever you started with, right? So I don't need to write the 1. I can just ignore it, throw it away. So what I'll do is divide it by 12. 1 divided by 12, just get rid of the 1. So my formula for interest for the month is what I owe on the loan times the interest rate. All right, there's both of the same. Divided by 12 because 12 months per year. And what I got is $10.03. That's interest on what I owe for this month. Now, remember, this is the total amount you're going to pay the bank. Of this amount, $10.03 is interest, which, by the way, is question number 1, the answer. Interest, $10.03 on your handout. So, how do I solve for P? P plus 1003 is equal to 30708. How do I solve for P?
Divide the interest.
What's the opposite of plus?
Subtract.
Subtract. So take 30708 and subtract 1003. Okay. That is the principal, which is called, on number here is payment to principal. That's the principal, that's the money I'm paying towards my loan. Payment to principal. So, and make sure the math is correct. I think that's right. So question number 2 is payment to principal is $297.05. So on the loan at the beginning of February, I owe $1,504.92. I use that to calculate the interest. I pay my interest. I still have $297.05 that I'm going to pay on my principal. So it's what, 87? Calculator. I'm being old. 7.
1287.
12, 87, 87. Oh, this is 0? Okay. Thank you, man. Here you go. All right, so at the end of February, after I make my payment, that's what I owe now on my loan. So question number 1 was 1003, the interest that I had to pay on that month's loan. Question number 2 is payment to principal, which is the payment minus the interest. And question number 3 is what do I owe, the new balance? Almost 787. I think you're right, and I'm pretty sure, but Everybody check it, because if that's wrong and you write it down, I'll still count it wrong, okay? Check your math. Now, we're not doing this on this question, but at the end of February, the beginning of March, we got another payment due. Well, now, this is the balance. So this would take the place here, you do the whole math all over again. And since we're starting with a smaller number, the interest is going to be less. So every month, as you make your payments, the interest goes down every month. And how much you can pay towards your principal goes up. Okay? Let's do, oh, and the formulas are on back. Okay, let's look real quick about the chart, 5, 6, and 7 right here. Okay. Number 5, that's easiest for me, so I don't stand up very long. Okay. The loan balance is $1,200. The interest rate that you're paying is 12%. The monthly payment they've calculated is that. Now, another reason. Guys, this is a trick, and this is a good thing. You'll see it on question 8 through 14 and a lot of them. If your interest rate that you're paying is 12%, look at number 5 real quick. You'll see this second, okay? My loan balance is $1,200, which is the principal right now. Okay? My interest rate is 12%. 12% divided by 12 months per year. What's the math come out to on your interest that you owe? Number 5, yeah. What interest you got? That you're paying?
$12.
What?
$12.
$12. Okay, here's my point. I owe $1,200 if it's 12% interest. I owe $1,200. My payment is $12. If I owe $800, my payment will be $8. Only works on 12% interest. Okay, so you just move the decimal. There's no math involved. The first time I noticed this, and I knew the math, the first time I actually noticed it on worksheet, I said, you know, that's going to be freaky. People are going to start asking. They always did. So, again, the steps are always the same. They don't change. Questions down at the bottom of the chart. This is the only one that's a loan that you're continuing on. 8 through 14, it's the same loan. Do a line, whatever the new balance is, use that for the next line. Just keep going all the way down until you get to the bottom. That's all the rest of them are just 1 month. That's all they're asking. Anybody ever watch Christmas Carol with Ebenezer Scrooge? No, but the point of it is when Ebenezer Scrooge, he's at his accounting house, and all his people are there doing stuff and books and stuff you always see in the movies or whatever. They're calculating this. This is before calculators came along. So every month when they're calculating those people are sitting at the books, they're calculating what the next payment's going to be. So, see, history is its finest, right? So if you got questions, ask away. If we need a little bit more time after break to work on this, that's fine also. But let me know.